I want to tell you guys a little bit about how we train our animals here. So we talked about the animals that we work with here are our animal ambassadors. So we do work with them every single day. And the way that we work with them is something called operant conditioning or positive reinforcement. Now, all that simply means is that when we ask our animals a behavior and that behavior is performed properly, and that could be something as simple as, for one of our birds, please step up onto my glove for an owl. Please step up onto my hand for a macaw. We have our aardvark. Welcome, welcome. Whew. I was doing crowd work out here, Lauren. That's right. I think they liked my jokes. Show of hands, liked my jokes? Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, guys, this is my good friend Lauren, and most importantly, this is Azan, our very handsome, very amazing male aardvark. That's right. Normally, I ask you, aardvarks are found in Africa, sub-Saharan Africa, so about the lower 2/3, and they are going to be found in most substrates or dirt, things like that. The only places you're not going to find them are anywhere where it's very rocky or very wet and swampy, because these guys are incredible at burrowing. Now they're so good at burrowing, they can burrow about 6 feet underground and make tunnels 40 to 43 feet long with different entrances and exits. We jokingly call them the aardvarkitects of Africa because it's pretty impressive what they can do. Now I did mention that he's nocturnal, and you guys know what that means by now, that he's usually asleep during the day and awake at night foraging for food. That's what they're going to do. They're going to be in those burrows during the day, napping, resting, staying away from predators, and staying nice and cool, because while it can be really hot up top, those burrows tend to sit between about 80 to 85 degrees. Now I did say from predators in those burrows. Now you guys shout out, what do you think would want to make a lunch out of an aardvark? Anybody? Just shout it out. Well, maybe not a tiger, but I like where your head's at. Anybody else? Cheetah, lion, yeah, anything, hyena, an African painted dog, any of those big carnivores, anything with long teeth. The other animal that is a little bit lesser known that might look for an aardvark are really big pythons. And see if there's any little or young aardvarks in there. That's right. So you see Lauren's offering him some of his favorite treats. Well, here at the San Diego Zoo, we offer our aardvarks mealworms, and they really just seem to really enjoy them. However, out in Africa, these guys are going to feast on termites out of those really big termite mounds. Turns out we have one right here that was made just for us. So I'm going to head and see what it would look like. That termite mound, I want you to remember that these holes are pre-drilled. We like to use this termite mound just about every single day for our aardvarks. So you're going to see what he's going to do is he's going to pop his front feet up on that termite mound. Pretty amazing, right? Now, if there weren't holes in it, he would use those really hard nails to crack open little cracks. And friends over here on my right, you're getting a really good look. Mealworms. How's eating those mealworms, guys? Shout it out. Licking it. Yeah, you got it, little friend. That's right. There's one more, buddy. You're so tall. Feeling very tall today. Believe you can reach all the way up here for that last little container of mealworms. Now, guys, as Azan's reaching up and showing how tall he is, you can kind of see he's leaning back on his tail, so he's using his tail kind of like a tripod to help him balance. And he's using his nose that's always moving, always sniffing to figure out exactly where those mealworms were. And my little friend up front here did say I was getting those mealworms, but not everybody had a good look to see. So I'm going to go ahead and load up my portable termite mount. Never leave backstage without it. And as soon as you're ready, Lauren, let's show everybody in the front right here how Azan's going to eat. Pick up every single mealworm one by one to eat. That would take a really long time, right? And aardvarks eat about 50,000 bugs in one night. So he has to do this quickly. Good thing his tongue is covered in super duper sticky saliva. Check that out. All those mealworms stick right to the tube, right to the tongue, right to Lauren's hand. She'll be offering complimentary high fives after our presentation for anybody who's interested. And for all my friends over here, if you have a camera on Azan, I'm going to tell you right now, put it on slow motion. It's pretty darn cool to see it in slow-mo. All right, buddy, are you ready? Here we go. Sniff, sniff. That's my arm. There we are. How awesome is that? So incredible. Now, we talked about his nose, but I do want to mention his ears And his eyes, because his ears, as he's eating, they're kind of flipped around backwards, right? And they're really big and long, like gigantic satellite dishes. So he's got really good hearing. Now, can anyone shout out why he flips his ears around while he eats? Shout it out. Go ahead. I see all these hands up. While he's eating his termites, he can flip his ears around and listen to make sure that nothing is sneaking up on him. Now I'm going to tell you a little bit about his eyesight. So nocturnal animals generally either have really good eyesight or really poor eyesight. There's not a whole lot in the middle. Now guys, do you think Azan has good eyesight or poor eyesight? Shout it out, anybody. Poor! You guys are so smart. I cannot fool you. That's right. Azan has an amazing sense of smell, an amazing sense of hearing, terrible eyesight. And that's okay. He doesn't need to have good eyesight because pretty incredible, I know. Well, I do want to give one person a very special opportunity to come on up and say hi to my friend Azan. Any takers out there? See my little friend right here in pink. Come on up. All right, sweetie, what's your name? Lemon? Nice to meet you, Lemon. Come on over. All of those wiggly, live mealworms stuck to Lauren's hand. You're ready? Stay right here. Stay right here. I love her enthusiasm. Only a wildlife care specialist on stage, though. I don't make the rules. I just enforce them. Okay, Lemon, put your hands out. Lemon, you're so brave. I'm not going to make you hold these mealworms. Just like I always don't forget my termite mound, I always bring my aardvark snow cone with me. So Lemon, put your toes right up to the curb, just like mine. You're going to hold this in this hand. And with this hand, when Azan comes over, you're going to touch him on the shoulder. But I want you to lean. Perfect. You're going to lean forward, hold this nice and tight, because Azan's going to eat these mealworms right out of here. But don't turn it upside down, because he doesn't like to eat them off the floor. It's very picky. All right, are we ready? Here we go. Lemon, you can reach over and give him some touches on his shoulder. Oh. Now look over here, big smile. Look not at me. Oh. You got it. Did he get it? Oh, yeah, he made quick work of that. There's a couple left in here. Did you want these? No, she says. Wait, I'm not done. Come back, come back. I have one very important question to ask you. What does he feel like? He feels really prickly. That's a really good description. Guys, great job. Guys, give it up for my new friend Lemon over here. She did absolutely fantastic. Good job.